So will these bulls continue to run this market higher? Let's dive into the charts right now and I'll show you what I am looking at. Let's start with SPY. So on SPY, we have broken some pretty key trend lines that the bears needed to hold. We've gapped up, we held it on Friday, and now we are gapping up again. We're getting a little bit extended at this point, and so it is very possible for us to run and to keep on going and just smoking all the bears that got very, very excited down here. But at the exact same time, it is due for a pullback. So in my opinion, yes, we could be rampaging up, but the options are telling us this is an area that we need to watch out for. This $600 area is loaded with calls, which means it's going to have a really hard time to get up above this right now to start out this. If it does strongly get above it, we should see a strong move because a lot of people are now going to have to start hedging positions. It's going to start feeding on itself, and we are going to get extremely strong bull moves. What I see most likely happening is a little bit of a wick up, and then probably more of a pullback back down into this gap fill from Thursday to Friday last week. Back into the 595 area. As you can see, this is a spot where I'm watching. This is a very important level here for these bulls, and I believe they're going to hold this pretty well. So I think that dips are going to get bought up. It's just a pretty tough area for the bulls to continue to hold. Now, they definitely can, but I see a dip coming in at some point this week and then probably a continuation higher. If these bulls do not step in and we start closing back below 590, that's a really big level for me to watch. Put some alerts on your charts. If we're getting daily closures below 590, something's up. Expect to see sharp selling if that is going to happen here. So any moves below 590, not looking the best. That'd be something to watch out for. At the moment, extremely bullish until otherwise proven. Dips should get bought, and so start planning your entries around 596 to 592 area. I believe it should be a pretty bull move if we get dips at all, but that makes a lot of sense just based on how big of a move that we've had here. So if this continues to go higher above 600, again, it is going to squeeze and it's going to get right into this short area, this big old red box. Anywhere up through here is where the profit taking is going to be. It's also going to be baiting a lot of people in here to go, oh, now I'm going to go load in bullish, right? The move has already come. It's already too late. You're supposed to be in already. And so don't play this game that the big money's trying to get you to play, all right? Don't be with everyone else. Everyone else is going to be loading the boat up through here. This is the place to take profits, not the buying area. So we've got to be aware of that. So be prepared. Write notes on your charts to make sure that your emotions just stay calm. Fight the FOMO before it ever comes in, right? The best way to do that is to plan ahead. So if you can plan ahead and go, hey, I'm going to avoid FOMO up here. If it gets up here, cool. I'm going to let it get up there. I'm going to plan my dip buying opportunities, plan my trades, and I'm going to follow my plan. I am not going to let my emotions overtake what my logic is telling me. You will make way more money on that. Is there a chance that it leaves and just goes to the moon without you? Yes. This could be a very bullish week. There's not a ton of news out there, so I think these markets could run. And again, it's all going to depend on what it does at this large call strike sitting at 600. If we start squeezing up above this thing, look out, it's going to run. We've got a very large call strike sitting at 605. So that'll be the next logical place for us to get tested if this thing does run bullish. And again, remember, this is a big short area. So look for the bears to try to start to step in. Look for weakness to start to happen. And if it does, it'll most likely pull back and then get bought back up. So the bear moves are probably going to be pretty short-lived this week unless we start taking out 590, which in that case, bears are going to be strong. Bull moves will be short-lived. And stay with that momentum, short those markets. It's all about understanding those key levels, knowing what to look for, where to go, and understanding what levels have to hold in order for someone to maintain strength. And so if you know those, then you can just mark them out on your chart. Trading is much easier. Get below this, bears are in control. Above this, bulls are in control. So bulls are in control. You can have bear movements when bulls are in control. That's what messes people up a lot in the markets. It's like, well, Tony, it's going down. It's like, yeah, it's going down, but this is just a retest for the bulls to buy the dip because we're up above this 590 level. So trading becomes much easier, way less complicated if you understand those things. Learn price action, my friends. Links down below to learn that stuff. Let's jump on over to the Qs. So the Qs, really nice gap up. This hammer is not legit. It did have a lower wick, but it wasn't all this way filled, so that's a trading view error. So it's not as strong as it looks, but nice gap up, and we are going to be moving into probably 530 this week is what makes a lot of sense. 530 is a big call wall, which again means the options are telling us this is a spot that's going to get defended this week. So put alerts around 530 and watch the price action there. This is where I believe the shorts are going to try to step in. So bears are going to be looking here, which also means it's the area for bulls to be taking profits. I would love for the Qs to go running back up into old trend lines. 540, 545 over the next few weeks. So everything right now is in a bull scenario unless we start getting below, I would say probably 510, 511. This is a spot that I want to see hold this week. I really should not be getting below these EMAs. If we do, bears could start taking back over and pushing us into the 500 mark over here on the Q. All right, let's take a look over at Bitcoin real quick. We haven't really looked at this one in here in a little bit, and it is making all-time highs. And so it poked its head up into this bear level and it got rejected pretty hard. And so I'm going to be watching this very, very closely. If the bulls are here, we want to see strong closures up above Monday, January 20th candle. If we can get some strong closures above that, to the moon. How high it'll go, who knows? But that would be a very, very strong move for the bulls. If it continues to get beaten here, what it's most likely setting up for is some sort of a trap, which means it's going to break up and then reverse. It's going to pull back into this key bull level, which starts around 98,000 down to about 92,000. This is where bulls need to hold. If it starts getting much lower than that, now we're looking at a double top at an all-time high, and there could be some significant selling coming through on Bitcoin if the bulls do not hold these key bull levels. So looking for the bulls to claim the bear level up here, close strong, and let the party keep going. If not, and we start getting some traps, bulls need to hold this level. If that fails, we're going a lot lower. So looking for about 106 to 110 level here on Bitcoin to show us just how strong these bulls are. If they're here, we're going to get strong closures through. Just be careful for the traps. Be careful for big moves up that don't hold and start to fall back down and look a lot like this candle over here. If we start getting more of those upper wicks, time to take profits. And it's time to start protecting yourself to the downside and waiting for the next buy the dip opportunity. That's it for this week. Follow your plan, mark out these key levels on the charts, and then just sit back and watch the markets. Let them show you what they want to do. You don't have to predict. All you have to do is sit back and let them show you their hand. Understand the areas to watch and then watch what it does when it gets to those areas. If you get your bull set up in that key bull area, fantastic. Take your shot. Lose small, win big. If you get a really nice bear set up in those bear areas, take your shot. Lose small, win big. That's all trading is. Let go of the wins and losses and just control what you can control. When it's losing, lose small. When it's winning, win. Have a great week, my friends. I'll see you next week.